Yeah, good evening, guys. Welcome back to today's episode of this tutorial. First of all, this is Brenny by Tutorial, a YouTube channel dedicated for Jamb/University aspiring candidates. So, if this is your first time of what we do in this video, in this channel, is that we teach you guys the tips and tricks and the easiest way to score very high in Jamb UTME examination, and we also help you guys succeed, also help you guys score very high in Jamb, and also to assist you gain admission. So if you're a Jamb UTME candidate, I advise you to subscribe and hit the bell notification so that whenever I drop any amazing video, just like the one you're about to watch now, YouTube will notify you and you'll be the first to watch the update, because I promise I'll be giving updates back to back in this channel. I will be uploading everything that concerns your admission and your school and everything you need to know. So as long as you remain a subscriber of Brenny Bytes tutorial, you are not going to miss out with anything. Or if you have been writing Jamb over the years, yeah, subscribe with us and we'll help you succeed. All right, this is your, so let's do today. I did a first tutorial. I did first tutorial on English antonyms. As we all know that antonym is just like is English is opposite in meaning. Antonyms are words that is opposite in meaning. All right. So now, if you guys, in case you guys don't know, this is where Jamb always hold you guys hostage. Right. So this is where they always hold in English language. This is where they normally hold candidate hostage. So the reason why I say that's why they always hold you guys hostage is very simple, because if you check out other questions, you find out that antonyms and synonyms, they are the more questions that Jamb normally ask you guys. All right. So if you check close passage, second, what is it called, passage 2, there are just more few of questions. But if you come to antonyms, you see more questions, like 10-15 questions from antonyms, synonyms 15 questions, so that, because they know that definitely so many persons will fail this side very well. 70% of person that is writing the exam that day will fail antonyms, right, and synonyms. So that's why they have they always give you guys, they always add more questions from those places. All right. So today I've done the very first part of this antonyms, and so many persons finished the tutorial and were like, I should do the more part of it. So today I'll be giving the part 2 of this class. So I want to encourage you guys. All right. So if you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please subscribe. All right. If you have not subscribe and become a member. It will help you very well. All right. So you cannot be a member of this YouTube channel and you don't get admission. All right. So admission is guaranteed with us. All right. So today, let me show us some kind thing. I don't want to be wasting much of our time here. So antonyms is the word opposite in meaning to the given word. Okay, that's the one we are looking for. All right. So now let me tell you guys one more thing. I'm not saying you should go and start memorizing these words. I'm not saying you should go and start memorizing this word. I'm not saying you should start, cramming them. Right? Cramming them. I didn't say you should go and cram them. Oh. So what I'm actually telling you guys is that I'm giving, whatever I give in my YouTube channel is always a top notch. Right? So I always give a quality content, and I don't give you something that will not help you. All right, I give you something that will help you. All right, so I'm giving out these antonyms from 1992 till date, till 2023. So instead of you to start going to English websites, start looking for words, start looking for this, start looking for, and at the end of the day you will not see any of those words. So let me tell you one more thing. Jamb always revolves around, when it comes to antonyms and synonyms, it always revolves around this their past question, and they are not going to give you a similar question like this. They can use another word, you understand, but they can use any of this word and rebrand or twist the question to another way, but it must not be similar. But once you know that word, you know the meaning. All right, so it becomes very easy for you to answer. All right, so today let's dive into the video because I don't want this video to be very long. So you have the language. So now they will write antonym there is literate in. The word language means to suffer from being forced to remain in an unpleasant place or situation. So the opposite of this would be literate in, which means to enjoy oneself. Okay, luxuriously, or to take great pleasure in a situation. All right, so the next one there because we'll be taking it very fast so that we won't waste time. The next one is concerted. Concerted is isolated. The word concerted means jointly arranged or carried out, coordinated. The opposite of concerted will be something that is not coordinated or jointly carried out. Hence, isolated is the correct answer. All right, so now let's go to the next one. So we have inclination. So the opposite word there is aversions. So our explanation says that inclination means a person's natural tendency or urge to act or feel in a particular way. Aversion is the most suitable answer. Right, the next one is obsolete. The opposite word there is fashionable. So the word obsolete means no longer produced or used, out of date. The opposite of obsolete would be something that is currently in use or in vogue. Hence, fashionable is the correct answer. Now let's go to the page 2 of it. We have fastidious. Fastidious, the opposite word there is indifferent. The word fastidious means very attentive to and concerned about accuracy and detail. It can also mean being very selective and having high standard. Therefore, the opposite of fastidious is indifferent, which means having no particular interest or sympathy, unconcerned. Next one there is the masses are controlled by the whims and okay. The word there is whims. So that's the word there we're looking for. So the whims is whims and caprices. That's the word we're looking for. So the opposite word there is level-headedness. Level-headedness. So the phrase whims and caprices refers to the unpredictable or erratic behavior. The opposite of this would be level-headedness, which refers to the ability to remain calm and make clear rational decisions. Right, the next one there is allegiance. Allegiance, please don't mind me. Allegiance. So this is the opposite word that is disloyalty. The word allegiance means loyalty or commitment to a superior or to a group or cause. Therefore, the opposite of allegiance is disloyalty, which means lack of loyalty or faithfulness. The word antonyms is opposite in meaning. If we know that if it's not this, is this. Just like if it's not Obi, is Ada. If it's not a boy, it's a girl. So that's the opposite, right? So now, so we have another one which is welding. Is it welding? So the next one that is renouncing. That's the opposite. The word wending means to hold and use a weapon or tool. In this concept, it refers to the party using potent political power. The opposite of wielding would be renouncing, which means to formally declare one's abandonment, a claim, right, or possession. Okay, let's go to the next one, which is solidarity. Solidarity. We have solidarity. Solidarity is resistance. The word solidarity means unity or agreement or feeling or action. The opposite of solidarity will be resistance, which means to the refusal to accept or comply with something. Right? That is solidarity. Right? The next one there is initiating. Which is terminating / reduce. The word initiating means to begin or set going. The opposite of this would be terminating, which means to bring to an end. Similarly, boost means to increase or improve something. The opposite of this would be reduce. Alright? So now let's go to the next one, which is unwittingly. Unwittingly, which is cunningly, which is as opposite as cunningly. The word unwittingly means without being aware, unintentionally. The opposite of unwittingly would be cunningly, which means in a clever and deceitful way. Therefore, the correct option is cunningly. The next one is initiating again. Initiating has come again, which is a terminating or reduce. Okay? Already we already know that one. So this one, they repeated this one again the way it is. They repeated it. Alright? They repeat questions. But just that, so what the most thing they normally do is when it comes to antonyms is the repetition of words, not the main question, but the repetition of words. Right? So that's why I want you guys to know this word. I'm not saying you should go and memorize it too. That is not what I said. So that you don't when it's not when you get to that place that day and you did not see any of this word, you start saying, is it not what I said that is going to come out there? No, it's not what I'm saying. No, I said you should know these words. Instead of you to go start looking for 300 antonyms. That one is also an advantage. You should go and look for it also. 300 antonyms and their meaning. Alright, so also go and look for it. So this one is an added advantage. Know these ones, know this word. It's very, very important. So the next one is engross. Gross means retained. That is the opposite. It's not meaning, it's the opposite. Alright, the term engross means in total or as a whole, often used in the context of business to refer to the total amount before deduction. Okay, this is similar to wholesale, which refers to selling goods in large quantities. The opposite of selling in large quantities, wholesale, would be selling in small quantity, which is retail. Therefore, the correct answer is option 3, which is the correct option is A. Don't mind this. Which one is option 3 again? Retail, which is the first option there, is the correct answer. Alright, the next one is swallow. The next one, the opposite word there is be more insistent. Opposite word is more insistent. Next one is mutated, which is stabilized. The word mutated means to change or cause to change in form or nature. The opposite of mutated would be stabilized, which means to make or become stable. Therefore, the correct answer is option 1. This one is mad. Correct answer is option 3 now, which is C, stabilize. Alright? So what happens here, the reason what happens here is because of the way it was programmed from the database and it shovels, so it didn't correct this when it was shoveling. Alright, so that's what happened. So that's why you are seeing there. So the next one is esoteric, which is familiar. It looks exotic. Oh wow, familiar. So the next one is familiar. The word esoteric refers to something that is intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest. Therefore, the opposite of esoteric will be something that is widely known or understood, which is familiar. So you take your time, you know this, right? Know it and it will help you, right? So the next one there we are looking at is flabby. That's what we are looking at. Flabby, which is firm. Flabby is firm. The word flabby means soft, loose, and fleshy. Therefore, the opposite of flabby is firm. Alright? So the next word there is intransigent. Intransigent is compromising. Of course, we all know what compromising means. The word intransigent means being unwilling or refusing to change one's view or to agree about something. In other words, it means being uncompromising or stubborn. Therefore, the opposite of intransigent would be compromising, which means willing to make concessions or adjustments. All right. So the next one there is disinterested. Disinterested is biased. The word disinterested means not influenced by considerations of personal advantage, having or feeling no interest in something. It is often confused with uninterested, but it actually means impartial or unbiased. Therefore, the opposite of disinterested will be biased, which means favoring unfairly one thing or person over another. Right? The next one is spurious, which is genuine. Genuine. The word spurious means not genuine, not true, not valid. Therefore, the opposite of spurious is genuine. Let's go to the next one. To exercise, which is invite. Exercise, which is invite. The exercise is to cast out a devil or evil spirits using prayer and other religious tools. The opposite is invite. Alright? So this is how Jamb can be. How funny they can be with their questions. Alright? So the next one is abate, which is intensify. Abate is intensify. The word abate means to become less intense or widespread. So the opposite of abate will be intensify, which means to become more intense. So now I know that some of you will be like, so how are we going to carry all these things offhand? How are we going to know all this word? I'm not saying you should go and memorize this and know this thing offhand. That's not what I'm saying. You understand? What I'm saying is for you to know the word. Just like somebody like me. When I come across any word I have known, I know before. Right? Or any word I have come across. When I see it in any exam, I will definitely look at the options. I will definitely know the one that is the best option. So just take your time, look at these words and very well, go through it over and over again. Right? So after going through it over and over again, know the meaning. So when you go to any exam, if you see the options they are given to you and you see the words, you know that this is the correct option. All right. So let's go to the next one. The next one is mobled. Mobled is shouted. The word mobled means to speak quietly in a way that is not clear, so that the words are difficult to understand. The opposite of mobled would be to speak loudly and clearly, which is best represented by the word shouted. Alright? So let's go to the next one. The next one is an equitable distribution of our wealth. The opposite word there is an unjust. The word equitable means fair or just. Therefore, the opposite of equitable would be unjust, which means not based on or behaving according to what is morally right and fair. Okay, the next one that is shrewd, which is gullible. The word shrewd means having or showing sharp powers of judgment. Astute. The opposite of the word of this would be gullible, which means easily fooled or cheated. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. Okay. So the next one there is unwittingly. We know this one now. I guess we read it somewhere. Unwittingly, which is knowingly. Okay. You see, they repeated it again. Unwittingly. We know this one. We have come across it before. So this is unwittingly. This is knowingly. Of course, we know this one. We have come across it. The next one is perpetuate. Perpetuate. The opposite word here is discontinue. The word perpetuate means to make something typically an undesirable situation or an unfolded belief continue indefinitely. The opposite of perpetuate will be to stop or discontinue. Therefore, the correct answer is discontinue. All right. So now the next one is progressive. Progressive in the country to join forces. So the progressive is conservative. The word progressive refers to people advocating or implementing social reform or new liberal ideas. The opposite of this would be conservative, who are generally more traditional and resistant to change. Therefore, the correct answer is option D. The next one there is authenticate. Authenticate is to discredit. Authenticate is to prove or serve to prove to be real, true, or genuine. The opposite is discredit. Alright? Pragmatic. Pragmatic is unrealistic. Pragmatic means dealing with things sensible and realistically in a way that is based on practical rather than theoretical consideration. The opposite is unrealistic. Alright? The next one there is pacify. Pacify is annoy. If you placate someone, you do or say something to make them stop feeling angry. The opposite is annoy. Right? The next word there is lethal, harmless. If you describe something as lethal, you mean that it's capable of causing a lot of damage. The opposite is harmless. Alright? So the next word there is ravaged. The word ravage suggests severe and extensive damage. In the context of the sentence, it is used to describe cities that are heavily affected by crime. The opposite of this would be cities that are free from crime, meaning that they are not affected by it at all. Equanimity, which is anxiety. The equanimity is a calm state of mind and attitude to life so that you never lose your temper or become upset. The opposite is anxiety. Quantish behavior. Quantish behavior, which is unfriendly advances. Quantish means try to attract attention by pretending to be sexually interested in someone in a pleasant but not serious way. Unfriendly advances is the opposite. Catastrophe, which is success. The word catastrophe refers to an event causing great and often sudden damage or suffering. A disaster, therefore, the opposite of catastrophe will be success, which refers to the accomplishment of an aim or purpose. Condoned, which is forbade. The word condone means to accept or allow behavior that is considered morally wrong or offensive to continue. The opposite of condone will be not to allow or forbid. Therefore, the correct answer is forbade. Provocative, which is modest. The word provocative refers to causing annoyance, anger, or other strong reactions, especially deliberately in the context of the sentence. Coffee or, Desperate, converging. The word desperate means essentially different in kind, not allowing comparison. Therefore, the opposite of the word converging. This is renaissance, which is decline. The word renaissance means rebirth or revive. The opposite of this word would be a decline or a fall. Therefore, the correct answer is option 2, decline. So this is where I will be stopping this word. This is where I will be stopping this for now. So I will do another part of this so that I don't want this video to be too long. So I will do another part of it so that you guys will also learn. So follow me, subscribe if you have not subscribed. So thank you for watching this video from the beginning to the end. So don't forget, I will be giving you guys updates back to back. So until I see you in my next video again, don't forget I love you guys. Keep winning.